Well, good morning YouTube. We've got rain predicted again today, and it has been raining earlier, but and overnight, but it doesn't look too bad at the moment, and when the sun's out it's quite nice. So I was just having a look through some of the videos I've been sticking up lately online, and thanks for all the views, thanks for everybody watching and what have you, and the comments that I get, much appreciated. My most popular video at the moment is what were my likes and dislikes about this bike, and that's understandable really, because people tend to look for something specific, you know, if they're thinking of buying a bike or whatever, and they may not watch the whole thing, but they do have a look and see what other people think. So they probably don't hang around and watch many of the other videos that I put up, but some of them are really just local discovery videos really, where I go to different places and see if I can find a bit about it out and get some pictures of it. And I realise that's not going to interest everybody, you know. A lot of people aren't interested in that sort of stuff. It's a lot more interested in the bikes. I was watching one of Northwest Road Rat's vlogs. He's another vlogger that I follow, and he was saying that you know, it's been reported in the press that Harley Davidson motorcycle sales are falling, and they're going to be laying people off when it's all disaster and all the rest of it, because that's what the press tend to do with the story. And it turns out that some bloke at Morgan Stanley Bank, I think it was, I'll put a link in for his vlog anyway in the description, but it turns out that some bloke at Morgan Stanley Bank has looked at the sales figures and decided that people that were born around 2000, that they're calling them millennials, are not riding motorbikes, and they're putting this down to the recession, saying they had a hard time growing up. I mean, it really is a preposterous suggestion, but he's a bit like the man from Del Monte. You may remember the adverts where he pitches up and you've got all the happy fruit growers whooping it up and jumping around, all looking cheerful, because he's decided to buy their oranges and pump them into orange juice. Obviously that was the you know, what the advertisers wanted to promote. They didn't really want to show you the man from Del Monte saying, no, your oranges are too bad, they're not even worth pulping into juice. And all the grumpy orange growers that he says no to, it's the man from Del Monte says yes. Well, this is the same sort of thing, and the press are promoting this man from Morgan Stanley saying no, and it's going to cost jobs. Now, who does it affect? Well, the reason the papers and that pick up on it is really not for the 1% who invest in these sort of companies. It's more just to, you know, to have something to moan about really. But so this chap's speculation from Morgan Stanley Bank is being amplified and promoted by the media like the Daily Mail and that. And this vlogger, Northwest Road Rat, has picked up on this, and it was, you know, he has a bit of a chat about the fact that investors are not interested in the same things as bikers, and they're only really interested in making money, you know, making more money. So when the man from Del Monte and the man from Morgan Stanley say no, then well, your average Daily Mail reader is not going to give two chuffs about that, really. And I doubt the 1% who do invest in these sort of businesses even read the Daily Mail, but there you go. So they megaphone that around as bad news, and it's going to cost jobs and all the rest of it. But whether it does or not, I mean, remains to be seen. Again, it's only speculation by some bloke at the bank, and if he's right, he'll probably end up with a £500,000 bonus, and a number of people at Harley Davidson will lose their jobs. That's the way it is. And it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if you megaphone bad news about in the media, the man from Morgan Stanley says no, young people aren't riding bikes because they grew up too poor, which is a pretty preposterous suggestion, really. I mean, they're either going to run out and buy BMWs and Mercedes, are they, if they grew up too poor? Much more likely to buy a bike. So you could question the man from Morgan Stanley's logic, really. But you know, there it is. So it remains to be seen. Apparently Harley sales are down, not by much, it's only like a couple of percentage points. I can't see many people adjusting their portfolios based on that, really, to be honest, but there you go. And they go on about fake news, you know, I mean, it's laughable, really, isn't it? I mean, there was another one I saw on the telly last night, Dick Van Dyke regretted his appalling Cockney accent in some of these films he starred in. I mean, is that news, really? Come on. I guess what it is there is a drop-off, really, in the mainstream. People are not watching so much telly, they're not watching so much conventional news. That, you know, things like YouTube are more popular. It's alright, yeah. Anyway, YouTube, it was rain predicted, so unfortunately the Harley doesn't come out, and it got me thinking, well, just how many days was I missing, really, for a ride? And I'm guessing it's quite a lot, really, because looking at the forward weather prediction, it's nothing but rain, and looking backwards, it's nothing but rain, you know. So I mean, we have had the odd sunny day, but it's not really, what's that? It's not really conducive to Harley ownership now. Well, I did have a look on the links that Northwest Road Rack provided. To the Daily Mail and some other biking website, and it got me thinking about product placement, because the Daily Mail article was full of pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Turbinator on a Harley, Peter Fonda, and I think Jack Nicholson, I'm not sure, in Easy Rider on Harleys, and it reminded me of, because I mean their article was virtually all product placement. There wasn't really much news in it, apart from the man from Del Monte saying no. And where was I? Yeah. Product placement. You probably remember the Sweeney with John Thor and Ford. Wanted him to use Ford Granadas for chasing the criminals, you know, and they could only be shown in a good light, you know, where their car was better and they caught the baddies and all that. And of course Ford then stump up a load of cash to help make the programme, and this is how a lot of it works. I mean, all the movies that Harley Davidsons are promoted in help sell the bikes, and it was the same with James Bond really, with the car as well, the Aston Martin, although BMW had to go for a bit, didn't they, and Lotus. But when you're not watching conventional media streams, then all of this insider dealing that goes on, you know, that gets products placed and helps promote sales, doesn't happen. So, but of course, I mean, the Daily Mail didn't talk about that because they're too busy doing it. I mean, I don't mind. Harleys are good bikes, you know. They want to promote them to sell them, it's fine by me. I've got one. And I like it. But I quite like this little Honda as well. Alright. 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 Sorry about that, YouTube, I've got an itchy nose. It's a little bit windy today. I'm catching a bit of wind. I feel it wandering a bit. It's not too bad, mind, you know, because it's pretty light to steer. It's pretty easy to correct. It's just a bit more noticeable, really. All this over here is somebody's back garden. I'll have to look it up on the map and see whose it is, but the aristocracy, they still own huge chunks of land in Britain. Although, to be fair, a few of them have moved to more modest dwellings, you know. But, I mean, the upkeep on some of them places must be vast. That's a gatehouse. It's a big house in there, I can't remember which one it is, with a lake and everything. Have a little run up the A41, I think. Anyway, YouTube, thanks for all the views and all the comments, very much appreciated. I'll probably sign out there. Cheers for now, bye. 316 miles, good.